All right, so last time we talked about the idea that unit rate is just a rate where one of the numbers is 1. So that's what we're going to keep trying to do with the numbers that we have, just like we took our scale and got it to a number 1. But now we're going to add fractions into the mix. If there's one thing I can say about fractions, it's this. As much as some of us get nervous because there's a fraction in the first place with there, remember that fractions are just numbers. They just represent numbers that aren't whole. So they're little pieces of things. So something got broke or something got cut or something got into this little piece that we need to be able to say what it is. That's all we're working with fractions. So they're just littler pieces. So in this problem that we're going to work at here, we have a little piece of rug that we have available to us, and we want to kind of make this bigger until we get to that number 1. So whereas we had to often divide when we were doing scale problems to get the number 1 for scale, when you have fractions, if they aren't whole number fractions, if they're like this one, they're proper fractions like 1/3, then we're going to end up having to multiply because 1/3 is smaller than 1, not bigger than 1 like the numbers we worked with before. So for this problem, it says Grace weaves a rug that is 1/3 yard wide and 2 yards long. She wants to weave a rug that uses the same design but is 1 yard wide. How long will the rug be? So this problem has a visual to help us see what's going to happen. So it has a table that's going on here. So this is one strategy that you can use when you're trying to find these unit rates with fractions. Remember, you can use your calculator. So if you don't have it right now, pause this and go get your calculator. Okay, so again, to write on here, I'm right click, save to keep. Press the open a new tab. Click this picture twice so you get the little pen. And here we go. So the problem said that Grace weaves a rug that is 1/3 yard wide and 2 yards long. So width, that's wide, right, would be 1/3. And length would be, let's go back and double check, 1/3 wide, 2 yards long. Okay? And we know ultimately that we want to get to 1 whole. So let's start with something kind of easier here to try to get to 1 whole. And let's go and do um, times 2 here. So if we do times 2 here, we got to do times 2 here. And so 1/3 times 2, you can press it in your calculator, 1, ABC, 3 times 2 gives you 2/3. And 2 times 2 is 4. So remember, she wanted the width to be 1, and 2/3 isn't 1. So let's try again. Pick a different color. So let's try now doing times 3. 1/3 times 3. So my calculator, I can go 1, ABC, 3 times 3. And 1/3 times 3 would give me 1. Because really what we have is 3/3, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So down here, I'm going to do times 3, and 2 times 3 is 6. So that's going to be the basic idea. So if I want to answer this problem here, we wanted to know when it's 1 yard wide, how long will the rug be? And the answer to that question then is what's in the length there. So when it's 1, how long is the rug? It is 6. There's my answer. So I'm going to go ahead, go back here, and we'll go ahead and go back in the notebook, delete this out. And then I can, oops, hit done. Goodness. And get this back into my notebook. There, add to slide. Okay. So I'll make it a little bigger so I can see it. And that's going to be your basic idea. So same kind of idea when we were trying to get the number 1 when we did scale, because really we were finding unit rate. Just now when we get 1, we have to think a little differently because we have fractions going on. So this is something we're going to keep practicing. Go ahead, answer your questions.